This is a Karl-Anthony Towns potential appreciation clip. We're gonna see where the conversation takes us. Maybe it has snowballed into failure because of what we've seen with the Jimmy Butler saga playing out. Likely so for many people. Here is one part of the ESPN interview with Rachel Nichols.
I'm just gonna read a little bit of Adrian Wojnarowski's report on what happened there, that you were loud, emotional, passionate, we like to say, targeting Coach Tom Thibodeau, teammates like Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, that you told GM Scott Layton, quote, "You effing need me." How would you describe what happened today?
A lot of it's true. I think that I was honest. Was I brutally honest? Yes. But I think that that's the problem. Everybody's so scared to be honest with one another. If you didn't like the way that I handled myself in practice, one of the players come up to me. Somebody say something. Anybody. I'm not going to take it offense. It's not personal.
The Minnesota Timberwolves have taken it personally. It has reached the level of personal. Yet what I want to shadow is how everyone literally hyped up Karl-Anthony Towns to where we are today, where it's like, oh yeah, Cat's just Jimmy's son at this point. Here is what occurred when he broke into the league. What a prospect. That's what the case for Cat ultimately comes down to. The undeniable talent joined by the work ethic to get better. He can be great, said one GM. I don't think he's scratched the surface, said another. The more I've seen him, the more I understand why Kentucky was so high on him. Kevin Garnett, who has a relationship with him, this is a while ago, he does everything. He posts up, he handles the ball, he passes well, willing passer, loves the three-point shot a little more than I would like him to, but he's going to be something special. He just needs to continue to work hard like he always does. He's the first in the gym, he's really the first in the gym, but his work ethic is impeccable. Here are the analytics between age 20 to 22. He was sensational as a player. Now, in your opinion, Jayar Jackson, my question to you is, has the depreciation occurred because of Jimmy Butler, or has it occurred because Clint Capella outplayed him in the playoffs?
Well, I mean,
or neither.
Again, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Is there a depreciation, or is it just like
I think so.
The thought of him is what depreciated, not actually his actions and his results on the court? Because you play with certain guys. We talked about how Jimmy Butler suffered from playing with Karl-Anthony Towns, right? Statistically, in certain ways they'd get the ball, and whether or not they'd even trust each other on the floor. So sometimes some matchups just don't work out. Some pairings don't work. And then stats and numbers, of course, will suffer because of it. I don't think either one of them is on a downslide or anything. If anything, they don't get along. Even if it's outside of personality-wise, it's just the way they play. We've mentioned it before. But in that interview with Rachel Nichols, he pointed out, he goes, hey, nobody came to me, talking about Jimmy Butler, no one came to me and said, hey, calm down with that, or let's do this, or talk about it this way. This is what a lot of folks—
that we know of.
Yeah. This is what folks outside of, that's why I say the locker room, which I was never in that level of locker room. But there's guys who lose their stuff, right?
Yep.
And then you know who they are. Some of them you take seriously. Some of them you don't. Some are quiet. You have to. So there's a makeup of a locker room. So when people hear someone screaming in practice that, hey, he ain't shit and all this, that happens in practice. But we don't always hear about it until someone's upset and wants to put them on blast because they know the rest of society is going to go, can you believe he said that to a teammate?
Right.
It happens a lot. And he's like, why is everybody so mad at me? I do this, it's normal.
Right. So you don't see a depreciation of Karl-Anthony Towns?
No.
You really don't?
I mean, it's a
I
perception.
feel like that's what I've seen
this
from
season
NBA
is going to be, this season is very important because everyone's watching him a lot more closely.
Very much so.
Everyone said he's a great player, but no, how much was everyone watching the Timberwolves closely and be like, Karl-Anthony Towns, let's see if they can do anything. Everybody's looking at Houston, Golden State, well, and a little bit of the Lakers because of Lonzo and the whole thing with his dad.
Yep.
But no one's paying attention to Minnesota.
All right.
Now they will. Now he has to make sure he steps up.
Oh, absolutely. So we end with this. If you were watching the Minnesota Timberwolves, let alone if you are an NBA fan, has Jimmy Butler rained on the Karl-Anthony Towns parade, which, by the way, is about to kick in for over $180 million. Let us know your thoughts, comment section below, subscribe to TYT Sports. Do you guys want full TYT episodes? Yeah! So download YouTube TV and get a 7-day free week trial.